Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Netflix movies.
I'm Brian. I like Netflix movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Netflix movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark. It's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy April, where anything goes.
Anything
The
goes.
points don't matter.
Anything goes. April.
That's exactly
That's
right.
right. I was really hard on Netflix movies there, and I got to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
That's not true for all the Netflix movies.
Yeah.
I would
It's not
hope
true for all the Hallmark movies.
No.
either, so there's that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just what you say.
It's what you say. It's my tagline.
It's your tagline.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Hi, Brian. It's great to see you.
Hey, man. Thanks for having
On a
me.
Netflix movie,
Yeah,
how do you
this is
feel?
big.
We
I
call
feel
you
good.
Netflix
Do
Brian.
you think this
They
is
do
big?
call me
Do you
that.
think it's an upgrade?
Well, it's big in the sense that I usually don't get asked for these movies. Like the ones that are outside
Correct.
of Hallmark, it's a special treat.
Yeah.
It's a real special
So we were
treat.
in a real bind.
Yeah. You
We must
really
have
up
really
against
been
it
up
to
against
let me
it.
know on a
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon that I needed.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
You let him know yesterday.
Well, realize we never had the conversation. It
sure
was on
did
the
not.
calendar, but we didn't have a conversation.
Oh, man.
So-
with words. We did
Yeah,
not.
hey, there's
better.
a 2 hour and 5 minute movie on Netflix. Need you to get to that when you can.
And Brian, he's a pro.
He is a pro.
pro.
There's no doubt about that.
Rose Pro. That's what they call
I think
me.
it was Saturday.
It might have been Saturday late afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. What a defense, Brand.
Hey, it's not much, but it's something.
I had to move some things around, but it all worked out.
Yeah.
I had to tell my kids I couldn't play with them.
Daddy's
Glad
got,
to have the excuse.
Daddy's got to watch Life List. The Life List. Occasionally on Netflix, a movie will pop up that's kind of in the similar sphere of what it is that we cover.
Yeah, we keep hearing we need to watch the La Dolce Villa. Is
What?
that La
This
Dolce
is the
Villa?
first I've heard
Yeah,
of
I've
it.
never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, what's that?
It's on Netflix. And I
The
think it
Milk
might have been
Life?
shorter than this one
Wow.
What is it? Why
It
are people telling
is-
us to cover it?
because people said it was really good.
Oh, the
But this one
Via.
just came out. so-
Yeah, it just came out.
Okay.
La Dolce Villa. Only
Yep.
That
out.
just came out?
Scott Foley. Yeah.
I don't know anything
There you
about
go.
this.
I mean, it came out in January.
Oh, this came out.
When I say people keep telling us, it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
It's been 8 weeks.
La Dolce. Well,
Hey, next Saturday, you let me know.
I'll
if
let you
wanna
know
do
next
this.
Saturday. Maybe
La Dolce Villa.
maybe we'll dip back into it. But it's always fun to open up this app that I forget I have and check
Put it
out
to
what's
use,
on there.
yeah.
That's exactly right. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this one.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I want you to do your best at ranking the candies
Yeah.
of that you like to eat.
Okay. Yeah.
Quickly.
Number one, obviously,
Kit
Kit
Kat.
Kat is the Kit Kat. Hershey Kiss, probably number two.
Oh, Big Chocolate Boy.
Yeah. Big chocolate. What Cadbury mini eggs in there?
Oh,
I would
the
put
mini-
there.
You just regs, or you go caramel or white chocolate? or
You like
anything?
those little
the regular
Pop 'em
little.
right
I
in.
used to really like the big ones, the ones
Yeah.
filled with all that
Filled
sugar.
with caramel?
But I
Yeah,
can't
let's
do.
go.
No.
do that
The
anymore.
cream. The
Okay,
Cadbury cream
yeah,
egg.
Yeah, maybe.
But I've grown up. I can't do that. I
No.
can't be
Grown up.
doing that. That's too much.
With Easter coming up,
Yeah.
do you start thinking about am I gonna go in, maybe get some candy myself? Maybe get some
Easter's
eggs?
Probably already have, Brand.
Real close.
Yeah.
Probably
right
already
now.
started.
Maybe already passed.
No, it
It's,
hasn't.
no,
Okay,
it's
good.
right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I start loading up.
Yeah.
Start loading up. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since Christmas. That
Yeah.
was the last big candy rush.
Last
And
big
so
candy
Big
rush.
candy rush.
Time to
Now
get back
listen,
into
we
it.
live candy rush to candy rush around here.
Yeah.
And
It's always a candy rush here
well,
at the
yes,
office.
that's
Yeah.
exactly that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Dan, give me that quick top three.
Reese Cups, hot tamales, Sour Patch Kids,
Wow.
Interesting. Brand, what do you got for a top
Aaron,
three?
what you got? Top
Red,
three.
Red Vines, and Sour Punch, and their honorable mention.
Wow.
Top three candies.
Top
Quick.
three candies.
Harry Potter. Oh,
That's not a candy. I would say Snickers,
what?
gummy bears.
Do we not know this about her that she
Snickers.
likes Snickers?
Snickers is
Really?
one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just
Any order?
Number one
Oh.
overall.
It
New
would have to
phone.
be probably gummy bears.
Just straight up
Standard.
regular Haribo gummy
I
bears.
just love any sort of gummy candy. That would be my number one.
I'm a.
But I do love Snickers.
There you go.
And-
I didn't know that about. I didn't
No.
know you love
I
Snickers.
didn't know that either.
Never heard it, not once.
I feel like we should
And that's
know
why
that.
we do this.
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
That's why we do this right here.
Now we
Yeah.
know.
I don't eat Snickers a lot because
we know.
I don't want. I mean,
I don't know if I've ever
It doesn't
seen
sound
you
like
eat a
you
Snickers.
love Snickers.
Well, that's
That's a
M&Ms
variety
are-
that's a
pack.
variety
M&M's
pack.
are good candy too.
It's a variety pack.
Snickers is one of the healthiest candy bars you can eat.
it's. There was a time I was hiking a mountain and I thought I was gonna die and somebody handed me a Snickers and
It saved your life.
It saved my life.
When I golfed a lot.
What you talking about?
That's a lot there. Yeah.
Welcome to our new segment
a
called Hey
sec.
Aaron, what you talking about?
over there?
What you talking about? You were hiking and you were almost dying.
So
and
we
then
were
you got a
taking this
Snickers.
hike, and the starting point we were supposed to start at was
Hey, turn on the Aaron
closed.
cam, Aaron.
Yeah,
let the
let's-
people
Yeah,
see. Let
come
the
on.
people see you while you talk about this.
See the lie right in your eyes.
Yeah.
It was the summer of 2007. I was hiking Mount Greylock in Massachusetts.
No, Greylock, shout out.
And
out.
the
Sponsored
starting
by.
point that we were supposed to start at was closed. I can't remember why, so we had to go somewhere else. And so our hike to the top was basically doubled, and so we were just not prepared for this to be, I don't know, like a 20-mile hike up and back.
Yeah.
So halfway up the mountain, and I was just like, this was not what I had prepped for.
You did all the prep work, all the necessary prep work.
I mean, I was just like, they had told me it was going to be like 2 hours, and we're like 4 hours in,
That's
and I was
too
like,
long.
Call
I
a
would rather,
helicopter.
I would rather just turn around.
Get to the chopper.
And I'd be like, this was great. You know, part
on
of
my
Mount
rig.
Greylock overlaps with the Appalachian Trail, so I was like, great. I can say that I hiked part of the Appalachian Trail. Like, we did it.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And then the guy Russell, shout out,
Shout out
Shout out
Russell.
he
Love
was
that
like,
guy.
hey, I had packed this little like treat for the top, and then he gave our entire group like a king size Snicker bar
To share?
No, like we all
You-
each
Wow.
got.
He brought a king size.
How do you keep that
Yeah.
cool?
What a guy.
He brought a king size for everyone. What are you, a
Russ.
rich
Russell.
house
So-
on Halloween?
And it just was like the best tasting candy bar in that moment that I've
Yeah.
ever had.
Heck
And
yeah.
I
And
don't.
you were ready
eat-
to hike more.
I was, and we made it to the top. I've got great photos. I can pull them up on Facebook right now.
No
But
one's asking for them.
Pick for
And
proof.
then
But I
how'd
don't-
you get back down? Did you get another king size for the top?
Or was that all you
no,
needed
it
was the
was, it
one?
was a lot quicker on the way back down. And we were at the top for a very long
rolled
time.
down.
We
There was a
had
zip
lunch
line.
at
There was a
the
zip
top.
line.
Zip line down.
This is
Right
zip
back
line
down.
down.
Yeah.
A lot
Zip
quicker.
line down
So-
situation.
Well, yeah, and then we get to the top and realize like you could probably drive, and I was like, I feel like I've been lied to. And
This
Yeah.
is like a good, but it's a pretty good Snickers commercial though.
yeah,
Snickers has me convinced that if
It's the
you
best.
are hungry and need some sort of nourishment that would hit immediately, it is the
Immediately.
best thing for you.
Like they push it as like a basically like a protein bar.
They do.
and that's how I felt in that moment.
when I
It
played-
was everything I needed. A little bit of
How about that?
protein, a little bit of sweet chocolate, like got me going.
when I play golf all the time at the turn after 9 holes, I would routinely feel like I needed a Snickers
Yes.
bar, which
Yeah.
is just not true.
We need around the turn.
Does
Just
Snickers
hit
want
the
to
turn.
sponsor us? 'Cause
Yeah. You're
I
not
mean-
you and you're hungry.
Have
Don't
you
be
heard
a
about
Dan.
Freeze Greenville by chance?
Dude, they're revolutionizing the game of golf. That's what I heard.
Brian, do you
bars?
want some?
Ironically,
Yeah.
ironically,
I gotta be honest,
it would.
I haven't had a
It would,
Snickers.
it would kill me if I had that, which is a different story than Aaron's.
Do you want some plain M&Ms?
yeah, of course.
So the fact that we
Love
now
M&Ms.
have a Snickers to open up after that ridiculous tangent we just went on.
Fun size M&M.
You're not you and you're hungry.
I haven't had Snickers in a really long time. I'm
Let's see
interested
if it
to
holds
see
It
up.
always is good.
This episode's going to be the
I've
best.
always had Snickers and been like, meh.
Would never make my top 5 candy.
No.
Would never make my bottom 5. Always solid. Always solid.
Well,
That's good.
Brandon doesn't like the crunchy peanuts in there. He doesn't like crunchy
No,
peanut
man.
butter.
Interesting.
oh, we're getting the picture. From Aaron.
Thank God.
I'm gonna see if they're still on there.
Of when you almost died?
Yeah. When
Yeah,
I decided.
the Snickers in
What's
your
going
life.
on
What about
there?
random
Hold
stolen?
on a
Random, can we get a random stolen pic?
What is that New York trip 2007 where it says Dan's and it's crossed out?
No
So-
dance. No dance.
I
allowed?
didn't know you back then.
Wait a
It was a
second.
different Dan.
So this is weird.
It was a different Dan.
It's a
No,
weird
Dan,
thing.
you're not supposed to have
It's
seen
a weird
this.
thing that's
How
happening
about I
right
do
now.
this, Aaron, since this is a show we're doing? How about I talk about the life list,
Yeah.
and then maybe you can find it. How about
Senior
that?
high 07.
Does that sound good?
Seemed like a good.
Hey, there's a picture of a mountain.
There's a second.
Aaron,
We'll
are
do
you live on your personal Facebook page?
Again.
Mhm.
Am I live? No.
Oh, okay. It
There
just
you
when you were searching through pictures, it said that you were live, and I didn't know that it did that if you were live in a group. How about that? All right.
Snickers
if
really
you
hit,
find
man.
that picture, you let
M&Ms
us
are
know.
great, too.
The life list.
The picture of the Snickers bar?
It's the life list.
Yeah.
I don't know if I.
On DTH, it's the life list. On DTH. I can't hear it. Hold on.
Oh, I don't hear it.
It's the live list on DTH. It's the live list on DTH. It's the live list on DTH. It's the live list on DTH.
There's no photo of the life-saving Snickers bar.
Oh,
It's unbelievable.
interesting.
Well, it
All
was
those
back
rim
when
shots at grass level. Not a single one of the
I know
Snickers
this
bars.
was way back in like my MySpace era, so I was really just taking MySpace profile pics.
That was a MySpace angle
Yeah,
for
it was.
sure.
No doubt about it.
Is that you out there in the grass? Oh, it's
On the grass
MySpace.
with Randy. That's right.
They should have called it grass space. Am I right, guys?
Oh, Amber in the chat. Amber in the chat is really backing me up here. Mount Greylock is a tough hike.
That's
hike.
no one was
We know.
doubting.
We know.
Not with a Snickers, it's not.
No.
Not with a Snickers bar. King size. Can you throw me one more of those? You got one more?
What's your
I mean,
favorite gummy bear? There's lots of
What
different.
are you doing?
Wow.
It was worth it.
Follow that to be such
Yeah,
GTH.
that can was
Dan
full.
downing Brian's
Full can.
can
Can't
of
lose.
Canada Dry.
Oh,
That's
man.
tough. Guys, can we please? Can
We'll call him a
lifeless-
Tumbo.
No, that's a terrible throw. There we go.
And we're a little something
Yeah.
like this. Alex is reluctant to go to. Let's talk about someone's dead mom, huh? Alex is reluctant to go
Feels
to
like the
her
right time.
to go to her sister's baby shower. She
I'm gonna
knows
shove the
that
Snickers in
her
your mouth.
family will just bombard her with the
Somebody died
usual
live?
questions. Why isn't she married yet? What's up with your boyfriend Finn? When he's gonna get a real job? Meanwhile, Finn
One's under the camera.
heads up to her room. Meanwhile, Finn heads up to her room, strips down, and starts dancing to Buttons. Pushing up my buttons, baby. Expecting Alex to walk in soon, but instead Alex does not walk in. Her sister's kids walk in, and awkwardness ensues. At the end of the night, Alex is talking to her mom, with whom she has a great relationship. She even works for her mom's company, I think in marketing. But then her mom drops a bombshell. She's dying.
She did.
She's not dead yet. Cut to some time though, and she is. And Alex is sad. She's lying in her mom's bed alone. She's sad. And she heads to the lawyer's office for the reading of her will, her testament, the last one. Expecting to see old man Sullivan, she's surprised when a young, hunky fellow lawyer named Brad walks in instead. And Brad only brings bad news. First, Alex and her family must keep the house for at least a year and not sell anything inside of it, which she actually doesn't mind that, but this next part she minds. She is shocked to find out that her mom made her sister-in-law the new CEO of the business. As for Alex, she won't receive her inheritance right away. Instead, Brad hands her an envelope with instructions to open it when she is alone. Back home, she puts in the DVD that's inside of the envelope. Her mom appears on the screen explaining that she wants Alex to live her best life, starting with completing her old life list that she wrote many years ago. Every time she checks something off that list, she will receive a new DVD from her mom. And when she finishes the list, she'll get the final envelope. What's inside? Money, probably.
Gift card, Olive Garden.
Unlimited breadsticks.
When you're here, your family.
For life. Determined to start fresh, Alex breaks up with
Dude, if
her
you got
boyfriend
unlimited breadsticks for life, how often would you be going to the OG?
all the time. If I didn't have to get anything else to get the breadsticks,
It's just unlimited breadsticks for
all the
life.
time.
How many days a week?
How many days are
Can I
there?
ask you this? Will they deliver?
No. You got to go to the OG. You got to put your name in. Call
You know
ahead
what? Now
seating.
that we're moving down that way,
No.
Right down the street.
we're gonna go to
The
Olive Garden.
only way
all
I will
the
go to
time.
Olive Garden is if it is for a bit. I'm not going just unironically.
What if we go to see who can eat the most breadsticks
I'm not going.
in an hour?
I'm not going to be like, can
1
we
hour.
unironically go to Olive Garden? And if we go, I'm not going without Brian because Brian's with me on this.
But with all the money we're saving by switching our phones, we now have a legitimate bit
Bit
budget.
budget.
Olive Garden.
You guys act like we make money around here. It's
Let's
so
see.
crazy.
Let's see who can eat the most breadsticks in an hour.
Man,
How about who can
here's
have the
the
most
thing:
soup
is
in an
my
hour?
pride. I would win because I wouldn't allow myself to lose, and then I would be miserable.
Yeah,
Is
but
Brandon suggesting
for
a fruit
days.
challenge?
After you threw up after 20 cookies,
Mr. Puke
the
face.
audacity that you could beat me in breadsticks.
I had a big lunch. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson and breakfast. Anyway, She breaks up with her boyfriend. She
This
begins
is the last land.
who didn't like breadsticks, weirdly enough. She begins tackling the list, reading Moby Dick, learning the piano, but it's harder than she expected to do those things. So she pivots and tries stand-up comedy instead, the easiest of all the arts. And she earns her first DVD. Meanwhile, Brad keeps showing up, being unexpectedly nice to her. What's up with Brad? Doesn't he have a girlfriend? Yep. She's starting to enjoy herself overall during this process and even reconnects with her dad, only to learn that he's not her dad. Her mom had an affair with a man named Johnny Alvarez, a name that I like so much, I wrote it down. Johnny Alvarez. So she's never met this guy, and she puts in I gotta try to find this guy, basically. She starts working at a school and meets a guy named Garrett who's there doing some, what's it called? When you tell somebody, hey, here's a consulting. They start dating and things are going great until she throws a dinner party with her friends and Garrett hates her friends. That's unfortunate. After a long search, she finally tracks down Johnny Alvarez. She takes a road trip with Brad and his girlfriend Nina to meet him. But Nina starts sensing something between Brad and Alex, and she's right. Nina eventually heads home, and Alex and Brad end up in each other's company.
Warm embrace.
Doing what?
Breadsticks.
Heaven. Breadsticks.
Unlimitedly.
Unlimited
Breadsticks.
for life.
The next morning, Alex is supposed to. She meets her dad at a bar, and then the next morning they're supposed to meet up for breakfast, but he doesn't show up. Johnny Alvarez. On the way home, she and Brad get into a huge fight. He tells her that she should break up with Garrett because that guy sucks. Which she does, actually. He does suck, and she does break up with him. Then, in frustration, she tears up her list. After all, the only thing that's left is find true love. And when's that ever going to happen?
You said it.
Old Man Sullivan's back. I actually got to be honest with you. I thought Old Man Sullivan was dead.
Yeah. Same.
So this is pretty big news for me.
Big
I'm
deal.
pretty excited about it. And he ends up giving her the final DVD in the envelope anyway. The mom is like, I never actually, the love thing's hard for me too. So you did good enough, basically. Finally, she realizes that she loves Brad. She can check that off anyway. So she goes to find him and they kiss. And that, my friends, was
The Lifeless.
It's The Lifeless.
We did it.
I like Snickers.
Good to know.
Deck the Hallmark.
I can see, if I was hiking a mountain and I got a Snickers, I could see it being what I
Yeah, it's does the thing it says it's going to do.
snack into a Snickers.
Next time I can do it.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, what's Snickers' whole deal?
You're not you when you're hungry.
Oh, well, I think I am.
And when you're hungry, Snickers.
Grab a Snickers.
Grab a Snickers.
That's right.
Let's get to this movie. Let's share our thoughts on it. We're going to start with a hot take. It is where we share our thoughts on the life list. And I'm going to start it with somebody who I could see having a life list.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's a good idea.
Brian?
Well, bear with me. I'm Snickerless. I have not had
Yeah.
a Snickers, so let's try to get through this.
I've had two of them.
Oh boy, it's like a
I only
superpower.
have one left.
The first of all, let's just get it out of the way. Conjoining rooms strikes again, right?
And it's, they kept saying adjoining rooms.
I don't know what that even is. Conjoining for sure.
Man, Aaron's mic is hot.
Yeah, I muted it. I muted it.
Thank
Full
you.
ASMR going on over there.
Turn it up. The Connie Britton National Treasure. We all agree on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I feel it's been a while since I've had something with Connie
God
Britton in it,
almighty.
and it was really great to see her again. She did a great job, man.
Guys, we have a show to do.
The thing about this, I wasn't quite ready for the left turn of Mom's dead. Like we really went into that quickly, in my opinion. Like I just didn't expect it so soon. I didn't really know what we were in for.
Well, at least
this.
it didn't happen at the end.
Yeah, I guess that would have.
Unexpectedly. I think I'd rather a first 5 minutes left turn than a last 5 minute left turn.
Yeah, leave you real sad at the end there. So, but I guess you're right. We had a lot of time to adjust. But I did like this movie. Like the emotional tone, the emotions were really well done. So I really did like it. Maybe kind of reflective as a parent. A lot of things in this movie I thought about. I'm like, wow, that's something that hits real hard there. So I liked it. And more Brad, please. I really liked Brad. I forget his name, but the guy who played Brad, I thought he was really, really good in this role. I'd like to see a bit more of him.
There you have it.
How much more?
A bit more.
All right.
A bit more.
Fair enough. I'll put it in.
Thank you.
I'll put it in the request.
Thanks.
This movie is really well done. Quality performances all around. And it's long.
It's so long.
Guys, I don't think it's a secret. One of the things that I think maybe draws me to Hallmark is
Your attention span.
my attention span and the brevity in which it does what it does. And could this movie have done it maybe I would have given it an hour 36.
Generous.
You could talk me into an hour 40. Over 2 hours is a long time for anything that doesn't involve an explosion. You know, I think that's kind of where I'm at. I think if you don't have explosion, you can't get 2 hours. There should be like hey, I'm
It's
applying.
one of the dumbest things you've ever said.
Just hear me out.
Explosion theory.
One of the dumbest things you've ever said. If a movie doesn't have an explosion, it can't be 2 hours long.
I'm applying.
Alonzo Duralde is sending you hate mail.
Yes, I'm applying. Is it another day? I'm applying for a 2 hour movie. All right, let me take
let's
a
see your
gander.
script there.
Where's your explosion? I can't possibly sign off on this. And then you get packing, and you realize I got to do what I got to do in less than 2 hours. And
Or
I think
write
that
in an explosion.
or write an explosion. Can you imagine? Brad's dropping her off, and his car explodes.
2 hour movie.
Again, I don't want to keep like. Dan, now you're thinking about it, and you're realizing maybe I'm onto
This
it.
is one of the dumbest things you've ever said.
This movie didn't need to be 2 hours. And
The problem is you're right about that.
yes. What was it missing?
Not a better script.
No,
Explosion.
say it.
Exposition.
I was
Another
almost
X
there.
word.
We'll put the L in there.
No.
Explosion. But what this movie lacks
Lax and explosive.
an explosion that gains in explosive performances.
Oh
Really
my God.
great performances across the board that kind of drive this story home. Really, really solid stuff that could have been shorter or added an explosion. Dan?
I hate that Brand's gonna be like, see, this is what I'm talking about. But I showed my kids the original Spider-Man this weekend with the Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe.
Oh, what's that movie got in it?
Tobey Maguire,
Got any explosions?
and they were fascinated, and it is quite a piece of pop entertainment, and it is wonderful. It's shorter, I believe, than this movie.
And they have explosions.
Shorter than this movie.
Balcony?
And this movie, it is just dark and glum and long and just inefficient. And it's unfortunate because Connie Britton is a national treasure. The idea of this movie, there's some fun beats to be had here, but the tone is all over the place. The music is very serious. I think it wants us to think. I think it wants us to think that we are like we're watching some very deep, like Oscar awards kind of thing, and we just aren't. And so it's unfortunate. There's a lot of ways they could have cut back here. A lot of ways they could have cut back, and they didn't. And so, is it better than the Hearts Around the Table movies? Yeah, it's better. But those movies were 40 minutes shorter than this movie. So, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know how much better. It is better, no question, but not great. Just not great. Connie Britton's just better than the material here. So there's that.
It's time for all the feels where we talk about what in this movie gave us feels. I'll start with you, Brian.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this one because part of me is like, don't even bring it up. Part of me is like, I have to mention this. It's
Is there a salad spinner?
No, there's no salad spinner. No, not unfortunately. And that
Yeah, for all of us.
in line with the explosions, like, come on, Get it together.
Yeah,
Like,
at
if
least
you're gonna-
one salad spinner. You had 2 hours.
There were two things in this movie that are in our script
That's
for
right.
a movie.
Yes,
Which-
yeah. I'm glad you're bringing it up.
I
Yeah.
went back and forth on this because it feels dumb and it feels like
It feels petty. It's not
Yeah.
like we're the only people that ever came up with this, but there is one thing very specific to this movie, and it's the gut punch of the movie that we have on a script that we wrote over a year ago.
Mhm.
And I shocking because
Yes.
I'm sure it's been done before.
yeah, it's not
but
a new idea.
We
but-
had not seen it.
right.
And so that stunk.
Yes, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
We
when it
kill
happened.
Coach Taylor's wife 5 times in our movie.
It's-
Yeah, we did.
and it hasn't
we
been
wrote
done in a lot of
part
places,
for Connie
so-
Britton, and we just
I couldn't believe it, but part of me was like, it's cool to see this idea
And
that
it
we
works.
had, and it works really, really well.
Yeah.
And I was like, but also I'm like, I can't believe it. I cannot
Yeah.
believe. So I don't know what to do with what we did because we did something.
There's a scene in the movie. I think people are wondering what it is, and I guess we should probably point that out. But there's a scene. She's watching these videos from her mom that her mom has left her, and in the last video that she is watching, her mom is talking to her and encouraging her and all this stuff. And then she, the main character, walks in on camera to the screen and talks to her mom.
Gives
and her
me
mom
chills
says,
just hearing you explain it.
like, it's just something I'm working on. And they give a hug.
Ugh.
And it's a great moment. She's watching an interaction she got to have with her mom, not knowing how important it was. We wrote something similar, not similar, literally that exact thing.
Even
And
the look in the movie
it's-
Connie gives to the camera, that knowing look,
Yes.
was
It-
like, that's what
We
I
wrote that exact thing in a script well over a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that. It is
Brutal.
what it is.
So I don't know. I guess we can just keep it in and keep trying to sell it. and
Yeah. By that
maybe-
by the time somebody
Yeah.
buys it.
But the lawsuit's been I think
Filed? Okay,
yes, for
good.
sure.
For
We
Netflix.
definitely had trademark on that idea.
Yeah.
That is how those
I think
work.
we have
Yeah.
proof
Yes.
of that.
100%.
Yes.
We have proof of that.
Yeah.
It's in the pudding.
We talked about how amazing Connie is in this movie, and she is. When she turns on the video and Connie's there doing the thing, it's such a beautiful performance, and also just like thinking about how amazing that must be to get these video files of your mom, Connie, speaking to the camera and like talking to you and like just giving you wisdom and knowing that you have however many things on the checklist. I have that many more videos of it. Like,
Yeah.
forget about it. Incredible. And brought a little tear to my eye the first time that she turned it on. Dan?
Yeah, I think this probably worked for me more than many. But when she has to suffer the heartbreak of the fact that her biological father hasn't really made the time for her, and then she goes back and meets with the man she called dad and raised her whole life. And it's a very they don't overdo it. It's just a subtly emotional scene. That really hit for me. I thought that was really, really good stuff. There you have it. I mean, it could have happened an hour in. I think we would all agree, but it happened an hour.
Imagine though
50
it
in.
happens and then
Explosion.
an explosion happens.
Imagine that, and then just breadsticks, as many
Yeah.
as you want for life.
Explosion raining down breadsticks.
Now we're
Olive
talking.
Garden exploded.
Now we're talking. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll get to the Wait What's here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Hello to all the princes and the paupers out there.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Finally, they're getting their due.
Welcome back. Hope
I've been saying justice for paupers. You know what I mean?
you have. Pop it and lock it. Let's get to the Wait What. So we're talking about what in this movie. Let's go. What? I'll start with you, bro.
Yeah, New York City looked downright balmy in
Yeah,
February.
it did real hot.
And October.
Yeah.
It just the weather in general was something that kind of bugged me. Even the drive to Vermont was super green, which
Yeah.
is not.
Also
in,
looked really rainy. All
yeah,
movie,
yeah, it
just
was
so dreary.
It didn't look very. It's not what Noah Khan is singing about, if you know what I'm saying. And
Love Vermont.
God, season of the sticks, and
she only gave her dad one opportunity to meet, which I thought was a little weird. Like, he didn't show up for breakfast. All right, maybe you thought that was going to happen. You're upset, you're hurt, but that was it. Gone.
I that's a weird. I got to be honest, man. Like, if you care at all about this, like, I was the reverse on it.
Yeah.
I thought she was more than kind. She
Yeah.
waited too long.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I see what you're saying, but he clearly had no,
Yeah,
you know
no
what I mean?
intent
Like, he
of going there. I
yeah.
almost wonder if that story. This was sort of what the hallmark for me, but it rolls into this. It's that story he told her about when he drove to the house. He's like, and I saw you get out of the car and you ran. I wonder if he made that up. Like if she
Yeah.
knew from that, she's like, this guy is never gonna be honest with me and do what he
That
says.
actor's been in like a lot of big movies, like as small parts, but like he's like a pretty well-known commodity in wherever he is from. I don't remember where, but like he is not like that's a small part for a pretty big time actor. I was kind of shocked by it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
He probably was fighting for the explosions. Too.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
didn't know
no,
that
of
he
course
saw
he
it.
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you imagine that guy running away from an explosion?
Oh man,
So cool.
his guitar case.
Incredible.
That was it
Anything
for me.
else?
Yeah.
She walks into the baby shower at the beginning of the movie, and her niece and nephew run up to her, and she gives them. You want to do one of our classic scavenger hunts? Here's one for you. Find 6 things that you can find in Harry or Hermione's room. Which I don't know. I don't know what I would do there. Seeing as how they're wizards.
And then there was more to it than that.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I
she
just
added.
she added to it, and I just like before Hogwarts, post Hogwarts, I don't know what I would do. I would get lost in the what would I find in Harry and Hermione's room, and then it would make me just kind of sit there and ponder for a long time, and maybe that was her
That's
goal.
the point right there. I
But
think.
Aaron, you're a big Hogwarts Harry Potter fan. 6
You're a big
things.
Hogwarts
6
Harry.
things that you think you could find in a Harry and Hermione's room. Go.
A
Snickers?
wand, a hat, a spell book, a
So this
cauldron.
is just any
This
witch.
is what I'm talking about.
So this is just any
They're-
witch, and then
they're
she's
wizards.
yeah.
Where are you gonna find
Find in
those?
the house.
So like
Find something
in,
that you
in
could
your house currently, you
Yes.
gotta find these.
She
things.
definitely has.
wand,
You-
a
wand,
spell book, a wand. a cauldron.
yeah, like in a
People
house.
that aren't actively practicing witchcraft, Aaron, might struggle with the assignment. Is all I'm getting at, and they're children. That you put them on a path.
I mean,
of,
in Ron's room, he's a big Quidditch fan, but sports
it wasn't.
posters.
Ron's room wasn't on the.
Oh, it's just
it was
Hermione?
just
I think
Hermione and
that
Harry.
he may
Oh.
have said Ron and Hermione. I don't think
Maybe.
he said Harry, but whatever. It doesn't. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, posters, photos of your friends.
That's
pet,
nice.
But
A
just
pet is the first one I've heard that I'm like that. Actually, would you
A
could
pet.
because Hermione's got a cat
There
and
you
he's got a
go.
rat. So
There
that
you
would
go.
make
and
sense.
Harry has an owl.
An owl.
yeah.
All right, great. We're working on it, guys.
Shout
I
out to Hedwig.
just felt like a really hard challenge.
Yeah, it was very.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's not great.
Yeah, it's not great. It
Unless
just,
you are playing, I guess, in my apartment.
yes,
Yes,
or
and
at
it's
a witch's
easy.
house.
Give me a
You
challenge.
know, the witch's
please.
invitation
There's
from Carmen.
there's
and you
3 wands in my apartment. You could all find one.
Yeah. We have a bunch of wands because we have them as pencils for the kids. Because
There
they
you
have, you know, so
Yeah.
easy.
I don't let any of that crap in my house. So, what?
I have seen photos of your kids dressed up like wizards. So
Out in the house,
try
though.
again.
In the
Try
house.
again.
Also
In the house.
listen to
In the
Witch's
house.
Invitation by Carmen. That was the whole.
That was the whole thing. But Carmen laid it out clear as crystal. So she becomes a teacher. She begins to teach.
She does.
And there is this student he's an artist and he's struggling. He doesn't want he doesn't want to do this crap.
Right.
You know, and so she's
This witch crap.
trying hard. She's trying hard to get to his level and like help him, dig the material. And so she brings him a DVD of Hamlet. And then she tells this student, the lead is really hot, which I felt like was a weird thing to say to a kid as a teacher. I don't know, call me old fashioned. Felt like it was weird. I also didn't love the scene of them driving to Vermont where
Oh, that was a weird
where
scene.
sweet, what's her name?
Nina.
Nina is trying to sleep and they are like, she's just like, your girlfriend, the neck on her. And then it just starts talking, like,
Yeah.
So
pulls
say-
her hair
yeah,
back.
Yeah, the neck is like borderline okay compared to what happens next.
They're
Yeah.
just like having an ogle off of like talking about
Classic Ogloff situation. That's a
Talking
double
about-
decker of the week, I believe.
talking about
John Ogloff, good guy.
a great guy talking about this girl who's right there and
Yeah.
turns out she's not sleeping
When-
and then turns out that she sees that like it was all very weird
She
from
just
there.
disappears, man.
She
He-
like I don't know.
At one point, she just moves hair away from Nina's face, like touches her actively while she's sleeping.
She's clearly into Nina.
Yeah, that was
she's
weird.
clearly into Nina. She's clearly into Nina.
She's into Nina.
Yeah. Dan?
Yeah, when she meets her biological father, he says, "Are you from the revenue?" That's how he decided to say,
You have to tell them if you are.
yes, you got to tell me,
Yeah.
first of all, if you're from the IRS. Second of all, are you from the revenue is one way to say it. Are you from the revenue? Are you from the money stream? Are you from the revenue? You? All of her friends know the exact same song to sing about her sleeping with one of her doctors. And that was weird to me that they didn't. Usually, like when we make up songs around here, like Brand starts and then we all join in. They all immediately are like, we know this.
Yep.
We find out that you slept with one of your doctors. We all know the exact song for this occasion, and we're all going to sing it exactly at the same time.
Which begs the question: How many doctors?
No
How many
kidding. They go to, you see the
Poultry doctors
what's-
like breadsticks.
What's our leading lady's name in this movie?
Ooh.
Oh, it's Alex.
Alex. We see her bedroom from when she was a teenager. And in that bedroom, it is all pink. And then there are some sports posters and some a lot of collages, a classic teenage girl bedroom. And then there's a poster of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, the 1966 Mike Nichols film. And it just seems incredibly out of place. I was already told by Aaron Shea that teenage girls contain multitudes. I'm not saying that they don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that this room had a theme until it didn't. That's all I'm saying is it was thematic for the whole thing. And then this black and white movie poster from at the time she was a teenager 40 years ago is just tacked up on the door. And it doesn't have any rhyme or reason with anything else. And I don't understand.
That's the point.
Yeah. When they meet to read the will, they go, "Hey, where's Old Man Sullivan?" That's just not what you call a lawyer. I don't care. You're in a law office. You're in a place of business. Old Man Sullivan is the prospector who minds your farm for the gold he finds, or who is up in them there hills. He's not the lawyer reading your dead mom's will. That's not. If there's any time to say Mr. Sullivan, it's now.
Did she call him that to his face too? Or
Where's
they just
Old Man
say that
Sullivan?
behind his back?
Oh, he's out with the sheep. You know him. I will say, I know that it all worked out for a purpose. I know that. But Connie Britton, in her will, saying that you can't sell any of my belongings for 12 months is bubba bonkers. There's a lot to unpack there. No pun intended. But when my parents went through their parents dying, some of the stuff you just don't know what to do with. Some of it is just too sensitive. For her to say, my dying wish is that you leave the house completely untouched for 12 months. That's some weird stuff, man. That's weird, right? Am I crazy?
I thought she just meant you can't sell the house.
No.
She meant you couldn't.
In there, you can't sell the house and you can't sell any of my belongings in it for 12 months.
Wow.
So if you want to get rid of her bed or her whatever, right? You couldn't get rid of anything anything in that, even if it was something she bought a blender last month. Nobody needs a blender. You can't go give that blender to Goodwill, right? Nothing nostalgic or sentimental, but just functional things around the house that would just clutter up the house. You can't do anything with. You got to keep them all there.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. That's all I have.
It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe have a clarity and questions we still have. What are we still wondering about? That's what we're going to do right now. Brian?
Yeah, she, as an adult, she does a recital, a piano recital. And I've never done a recital for anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
this is good. Go ahead.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
You've
And I'm
never
just
done
wondering-
one
I've
ever?
never
You play
performed.
drums?
Yeah, but never for in a band context I have,
Yeah.
but not a recital where everybody's there to
Yeah.
watch you and support you. As a band, 50% of it is they're going to hate us. You're
Sure.
not looking for support.
Where were you playing? Where that
Oh,
was
just
going
rough
on?
clubs.
Rough clubs.
Yeah, rough clubs.
You ever think maybe it was the music?
No, never. Not even one.
What,
No,
you
it was
guys?
more them.
Yeah.
But a recital seems fun. So wondering if maybe I should get it. I've thought recently about starting drum lessons, and I wonder if I did that, would I get to do a
So
recital?
You would.
Speaking of which, I know you would, because my kid is playing drums and he went to his first recital, and it was all children and one adult woman who had taken up drums as
Really?
something she wanted to do.
Yeah.
and just started playing this year, and she was probably in her mid 50s, and it was cool. She just played like she was in the recital like
think that's
everybody
cool.
else.
There
So
go.
you can right
do
now
that. Yeah.
you can go do that.
It also sends like a good message to all the kids. Like
That's right.
You know, you can keep doing it. So hey, I might maybe catch me at a drum recital in a few months. I don't
Catch
know.
them at a
Catch me
drummers.
outside.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, mine is just where are all the explosions? Like, I think
a
we
good
all
question.
know that they have to be there contractually. And so, like, where the scene's shot, are they, like, do we need to turn up the volume more and hear them in the
Yeah.
background? Obviously, they had to in order for this to get to 2 hours. And so, where are they?
where are
And how'd they get away with not showing them? Because that was also my understanding as far as the 2 hour contract goes.
Thanks for bringing
Dan?
it up.
Mine was a bit of what Brian said early in this episode, which was Connie Britton gets killed really quickly. And it's not like really quickly time-wise into the film. It's really quickly in you hear she's dying, and then you don't get to see, like, even when she's making these videos, it seems as though she's got longer left than she actually does. And so I guess this isn't for the movie, but just in general, like, when they're writing this, what did they imagine she had? And like, how would they justify she could die at any minute, but still looks very much like she's not dying? Like in that last video, she looks like Connie Britton. I mean, she's not wearing any makeup. She looks like Connie Britton.
Yeah.
She doesn't look any worse. And so I don't know what it clearly wasn't a surprise. She was getting her affairs in order, but it felt very, very rushed in that sense to me.
It's the thing about an explosion; it'll just get you
An
at any
explosion really
moment.
could have done it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's interesting in the beginning of the movie, she's talking to Alex. She never says what it is.
No.
You know, they kind of go through. There's some like different things that you could do, some experimental procedures that might work, but they don't actually tell.
They don't
you
ever say what it is. Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Choice.
Oh, we did, everybody.
We did
Congratulations
it.
to us. This is what I say. I say let's call it quits for the day.
I love it.
Let's be Dunzo, and we'll come back tomorrow with another one. Until then, we're the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. Is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.